The Netherlands is experiencing its most significant winter event since the legendary winters of the late 20th century. A powerful polar vortex, nicknamed Storm Saskia by European meteorologists, has swept across the North Sea, colliding with a moist low-pressure system to blanket the low-lying nation in a thick layer of snow. From the tip of Groningen to the southern hills of Limburg, the Netherlands has transformed into a frozen landscape, bringing the country's high-efficiency infrastructure to a grinding halt. The Royal Netherlands Meteorological Institute has issued a rare code red warning for the entire country. Meteorologists explain that this event is a perfect storm of conditions. A blocking high over Scandinavia has forced freezing Arctic air southwards. As this air crosses the relatively warm waters of the North Sea, it picks up intense moisture, resulting in snow squalls that have dumped between 20 centimeters and 40 centimeters of snow in areas like Utrecht and The Hague. In the highlands of the Veluwe, snow drifts caused by strong winds have reached heights of over 1 meter, a sight seldom seen in the modern Dutch era. Amsterdam Airport Schiphol, one of Europe's busiest hubs, has been forced to cancel or divert over 600 flights. Despite Schiphol's advanced de-icing fleet and snow squads, visibility dropped to below 200 meters this morning, making takeoff and landing operations unsafe. Travelers are urged to check the Schiphol flight status before leaving their homes. The national rail operator, NS, Nederlandse Spoorwegen, has implemented a drastically reduced winter timetable. High-speed lines to Paris and London, Eurostar/the Liège, have faced significant delays due to frozen switches and snow accumulation on the tracks. For real-time updates, commuters are using the NS Journey Planner. The Rijkswaterstaat, Department of Public Works, has deployed its entire fleet of 500 salt spreaders and 900 snowplows. Despite using millions of kilograms of salt, many motorways like the A1 and A12 remain treacherous due to black ice forming beneath the snow. While the snow has caused logistical nightmares, it has also sparked a cultural phenomenon unique to the Dutch. With temperatures plummeting to minus 10 degrees Celsius at night, the iconic canals of Amsterdam, Delft, and Leiden have begun to crust over with ice. This has immediately reignited talk of the Elfstedentocht 11 Cities Tour, the legendary 200 kilometers ice skating marathon in Friesland. While the ice is not yet thick enough for mass skating, local ice masters are monitoring the situation hourly. The 2026 snowstorm has led to a record spike in natural gas and electricity demand. The Dutch government has assured the public that reserves are sufficient, but prices have seen a temporary surge on the European energy market. Schools and non-essential government offices across the Randstad area have transitioned to remote learning and work-from-home status to keep cars off the roads. With the wind chill factor making it feel like minus 18 degrees Celsius, residents are warned against prolonged exposure. A national campaign has been launched urging people to check on elderly neighbors who may be unable to leave their homes for groceries or heating supplies. The Netherlands' primary mode of transport, the bicycle, has become dangerous. Hospitals in Rotterdam and Utrecht have reported an influx of fracture cases, from cyclists slipping on tram rails and icy bike paths. Meanwhile, the historic city of Utrecht is facing its most significant snowfall event in over 40 years. A relentless Arctic weather system, categorized as a once-in-a-generation storm, has blanketed the city and the surrounding province in over 35 centimeters of dense, powdery snow. The iconic Dom Tower, currently undergoing a winter conservation check, stands as a silent sentinel over a city that has effectively ground to a halt. The Royal Netherlands Meteorological Institute has maintained a code red status for the Utrecht region, warning of life-threatening traffic conditions and extreme cold. The severity of the storm in Utrecht is due to its central geographic location. As the North Sea effect moisture moved inland, It collided with a stationary cold front hovering directly over the Utrecht Hill Ridge, Utrecht's Heuvelland. This created a stalling effect, where snow bands remained localized over the city for 12 consecutive hours. Temperatures in the city center have plummeted to -9 degrees Celsius, with a wind chill factor making it feel like -17 degrees Celsius near the open waters of the Oudegracht. The nation's largest railway hub, Utrecht Central, has seen 95% of its services cancelled. Frozen points and snow-clogged platforms have made train movements impossible. Thousands of commuters were stranded earlier today, leading the municipality to open emergency shelters in nearby hotels and the Jaarbeurs Exhibition Center. In a rare spectacle, the water levels in the famous wharfs of the Oudegracht have begun to freeze rapidly. While the site is picturesque, the city fire department has issued a stern warning. The ice is not yet thick enough for skating, and falling into the frigid water is a high risk for hypothermia. All bus and tram services within the city have been suspended. The iconic yellow trams connecting Utrecht to Nieuwegein and IJsselstein are currently stalled due to ice accumulation on the overhead lines. Despite the chaos, the spirit of Utrecht's residents remains resilient. In the neighborhoods of Limburg and Oudegracht, neighbors have been seen helping one another clear the steep stairs of traditional Dutch houses. Known as one of the world's most bike-friendly cities, Utrecht's cycling paths, usually teeming with thousands of students, are now impassable. The municipality's fleet of salt-spreading bikes has been working 24/7, but the rate of snowfall, for centimeters per hour, has outpaced their efforts. Utrecht University has moved all examinations and lectures online for the remainder of the week, urging students to stay indoors and avoid the treacherous black ice forming on the Science Park campus. The Utrecht Safety Region, Veiligheidsregio Utrecht, has activated its emergency protocol. Local hospitals, including the UMC Utrecht, have reported a 300% increase in emergency room visits related to slips, falls, and fractures. Avoid all non-essential travel. The Randstad has requested that the A2 and A12 highways around Utrecht be kept clear for emergency vehicles only. With the extreme cold, volunteer groups are organizing knock-on-door checks for senior citizens in the Oudegracht district. Ensure that external boiler vents are not blocked by snowdrifts to prevent carbon monoxide buildup. Local businesses in the Steenweg and Hoog Catharijden shopping districts have reported record losses as foot traffic has vanished. However, local Bakkerjen bakeries have seen a surge in demand for stampot ingredients and traditional winter treats as residents stock up for a prolonged stay-at-home period. Meanwhile, the province of Limburg is facing a meteorological crisis of historic proportions. While the rest of the Netherlands grapples with the Arctic incursion, the unique topography of Limburg, the only region in the country with significant hills, has created a snow trap that has buried the province under more than 45 centimeters of snow in less than 24 hours. The Royal Netherlands Meteorological Institute has issued a code red specifically for Limburg, citing not only the volume of snowfall but also the extreme danger of avalanches in the hilly terrains of Vals and Gulpen, a phenomenon almost unheard of in Dutch history. Meteorologists explain that as Storm Saskia moved south from the North Sea, the moisture-rich air hit the Ardenneifel foothills in southern Limburg. This caused an orographic lift, forcing the clouds to rise and dump their entire moisture content as heavy, wet snow. In Maastricht, the snow depth has reached 40 centimeters, while at the Valserberg, the highest point in the Netherlands, unofficial measurements suggest a staggering 60 centimeters of accumulation, shattering the previous record set in the winter of 1963. The steep inclines near Valkenburg and Heerlen have become impassable for heavy trucks. Hundreds of vehicles are currently stranded on the A2 motorway connecting Maastricht to Eindhoven. The Randstad has deployed specialized mountain-grade snowplows, but they are struggling to keep the lanes clear. The international rail links between Maastricht and Liège and Heerlen and Aachen have been completely severed. Frozen switches and fallen trees on the tracks have halted all Arriva and NS international services. Travelers are advised to check the NS international status page. Maastricht-Aachen Airport has suspended all cargo and passenger flights. The runway de-icing teams are working in 12-hour shifts, but visibility remains below safe operational limits. In Kerkrade and Brunsum, the old mining heaps, Steenbergen, now resemble alpine peaks. Authorities have closed access to these areas to prevent sledding accidents, as the steep slopes have become dangerously icy. Limburg's famous vineyards in the Jekker Valley are facing a crisis. While vines are dormant, the sheer weight of the wet snow threatens to collapse trellis systems. Farmers are working through the night to shake snow off the structures. The Christmas market-famed town of Valkenburg has seen its underground caves closed to the public as the access roads have become too dangerous for tourist coaches. The weight of the snow on power lines has caused localized blackouts in rural Heuvelland, affecting over 8,000 households. Repair crews from Enexis are using snowmobiles to reach damaged transformers. The Maastricht University office has activated its winter contingency plan, canceling all non-emergency surgeries to prioritize an influx of orthopedic emergencies caused by falls on the steep, icy streets of the city center. Driving in the hills of Limburg during a code red is life-threatening. Conventional winter tires are often insufficient for the 10 to 12% gradients found in this region during a blizzard. Homeowners in older parts of Maastricht are urged to monitor their roofs. The wet snow in Limburg is much heavier than dry powder, and older structures may be at risk of collapse.